Yo, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of WITBSD, everyone's favorite YouTube series, which obviously doesn't stand for which is trans because snails die. Like, I have to specify because most people think that this is what it means. It actually stands for what is the best subscribers deck.
Leave your topics in the comments below, and I will review you in the next episode of WITBSD.
Now, before getting into the video, which will be quite long, longer than usual because we have 6 decks to go through, so bear with me. I want to thank every single one of you for supporting me in this past few months. We actually got to 500 yesterday, so I'm really happy about it. It's been literally crazy, and I would really love to give back to you somehow. So if you guys have any ideas, whether it's, I don't know, a diamond golden pass or just a gift card or anything, suggest me your ideas in the comments, and just, you know, leave a comment to take part in the giveaway, if we can call it like that, just so I can see who's actually interested in taking part in it. And now, without further ado, I will just tell you what the first deck is, right? We have this deck right here by Jumpy. He wants us to play this Run Rider Bridge Spam deck. I will say more about this while we play, maybe, because as I said already, we have 6 decks to go through, so without wasting your time, I will just jump straight into the game. I was already looking at this deck yesterday, and half of the deck looks kinda normal. Like, I could see some top ladder player use this, but then you have Wizard, Cannon, and Prince, which just feel out of place. But maybe it will work great. I can't really tell for now. We will just see. And as you guys mentioned multiple times already, I will try to give a final mark at the end of after playing every deck, just so there is, you know, a feedback on how good the deck is. Let's see if we can time this right. Let's go, we actually did. I usually messed it up. Okay, so we are off to a good start. We're actually in a pretty decent advantage. Our bandit survived and even got on the tower because our opponent messed up the timing on the hunter somehow. I don't know if he was solo on elixir or if he just lagged, maybe, not really sure. Let's try pressuring here, just so that he cannot activate the king tower without, you know, getting out of damage from the Ram Rider, which he didn't even try to do, it seems, because he played a Sparky in a really weird way, which I'm fine with. Let's go for a skeleton army. I mean, that's fine, not really. That's not really fine. I take it back, that's not fine at all. I messed up. I just didn't think he would use the ability there. I mean, I could have predicted it, but just considering how not well he was playing. So yeah, we are losing the tower here. I couldn't really go for Prince because the bats would just have killed it. So we are on a 1-to-1 tower situation. Let's see if we can win somehow. Not really happy about playing against Mega Knight Sparky. Definitely not something fun. No, that's a really bad bandit, unfortunately. And we are probably giving him Mega Knight value here. Yeah, I didn't expect him to play it this way he did. So maybe it's working out well for us. Because, I mean, if he played it on his side of the map, the Mega Knight would have helped with the defense, but the way he did it didn't really make much sense. Also, that was a really desperate attempt to get the Mighty Miner on the tower, which didn't work at all for him. So maybe we can punish him for that? Why did he play Mega Knight on the right side? I don't understand. He just gave us the win here. Alright, pretty easy first game. If we only didn't mess up there with the Mighty Miner, this would have ended 1 minute earlier, but it's fine. What I would say about this deck? Pretty solid. I don't see anything missing in this deck. I was talking with Jumpy that a small spell is missing, but he says that having Firecracker and Wizard is enough splash damage, which is fair. I guess it is. Ram Rider also can take care of any small units like skeletons on bats, because the Rider there just takes care of it. So I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Now we have a deck by Sumit, not quite sure how the name is pronounced, but you probably recognize this deck more or less. I think the only difference is that usually you don't see the Goblin Barrel with this, but usually a Goblin Gang or Spear Goblins. So that's the only difference, I feel like. Let's jump into the game and see how it performs. I'm not the best MK bait player, so like that's what it is basically. So hopefully we can win. I can already say that this deck is solid. Like, there is just not much to say. You have everything. It's a meta deck basically, so maybe including the Goblin Barrel makes it better. You definitely lose... Oh, that was a really bad zap. You definitely lose some defensive capabilities by removing the Goblin Gang, but you earn some offense, so maybe it's a good trade-off. Let's see if our hand will actually try to... Yep, he does try to pressure in the same lane as the Firecracker, which is quite interesting. I mean, I don't know why he would do that. If I was him, I would have went with Hog Rider maybe in the other lane. It would have made it more difficult to defend, but maybe his intention was just pressuring in the same lane as the Firecracker, so that I would have used more troops there and he would have gotten more fireball value. I mean, he kind of did on the bats, but I don't know if it was actually worth it. That's a good miner. Unfortunately, the Musketeer survives, but I think it's fine. He can't really pressure. The Musketeer is in front, so it will just die. The Firecracker will take care. Why would you go in here, man? And why would you fireball? This guy is just way too aggressive. I don't think he can defend now. You have a Mega Knight on your tower and you don't have Elixir to do anything. Yeah. He could even give up here. I feel like he's not breaking through in 1 minute, and that's maybe what he did. Yep, he was just way too aggressive. Definitely not the best matchup for him, even though he had Zap and Log, so it's kind of useful against my 2 barrels. But yeah, it was not enough. So as said already, really quick game because the opponent didn't play well, but also the deck is just really solid. If we want to rate it overall as a deck, it's probably, I mean, not in this meta specifically, because Mega Knight bait is not that viable, but overall it's definitely a 9.5 out of 10 without any doubts. Now we have this really interesting deck by Serdelek. I don't really know how to classify it. You see a miner, a Goblin Barrel, so definitely kind of some elements of bait, considering you also have Skeletons and Prince. Those are all cards that can be seen in bait. But then you have Mini P.E.K.K.A. Archers, Baby Dragon, so really looks like a deck you could see in lower arenas. And you may not take this deck seriously because of that, but more often than not, you could be surprised when playing against this stuff. Even in top ladder, sometimes you play against opponents that pull out the weirdest decks that look like Arena 3 decks, and they still manage to win against you, so this may be the same thing here. I'm going for Miner just to avoid getting a Dark Prince dash on my tower. I really don't want it to happen. The Prince may still connect. Yep, he needs to waste a Mini P.E.K.K.A, which is quite a big investment. We can go for low archers. Should be enough to defend it. Yep. Archers are always really strong. They kind of fell off in the past months because Firecracker came out with the evolution, but if it wasn't for that, like, archers were really good and still are. Can we pressure here maybe? We have the Skeleton's evolution already in hand, which is great. I don't know if the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Unfortunate. the mini P.E.K.K.A didn't manage to actually get the hit there. It would have made kind of a difference, but yeah, it was not enough. Let's go for Prince just to not take Musketeer shots, and we also have a nice Prince charging for the tower. He needs to commit a Mega Knight. Let's try doing something like that. Let's try going for Goblin Barrel so he doesn't have the zap. Oh yeah, he wasted. No. That's so bad. That's so bad. The idea was great, like making the opponent waste the zap so he couldn't zap the evolution skeletons, and it would have been such a clean defense, but we just messed up. That's what it is. That's interesting, definitely. I'm trying to go aggressive here. Don't know if that will work for us. Don't think so. I mean, that's a really bad skeleton barrel, to be honest. Like, he completely wasted his whole advantage there. Yep, mini P.E.K.K.A will take care of everything so nicely. Let's go for that as well. Arrow everything. Hopefully it's enough. It is. Now we just gotta defend. Obviously we also need to get some damage, but mostly we gotta focus on defending because we can't take any more damage. Let's go for a mini P.E.K.K.A. Oh, that's quite aggressive. Okay, he goes for a mini P.E.K.K.A there. Archers in the middle. Alright, one survives, it's more than enough. He has only zap, so this may actually be a really good push. Yep, Skeleton's evolution, let's go. Yeah, you see, we actually dealt so much damage. Hopefully the baby dragon, I don't trust the baby dragon, I will play skeletons as well, archers, sorry. Let's go for the prince, miner in the back, goblin barrel. I think we got it. One last shot, let's go, easy. We got another win. That was pretty intense because a Mega Knight jumped on our tower, which was not supposed to happen. I feel like everybody knows that, but we still managed to get the win. The deck is definitely interesting. I feel like not having a more solid win condition makes it a little bit worse. Like, you should probably have like a giant or something in this deck instead of the miner, because miner and goblin barrel pretty often result in you struggling to defend. And also, not every deck has to have a building, but I feel like decks with miner and goblin barrel usually also struggle without having a building. So after all, considering everything, I would probably rate this somewhat a 6.5, maybe 7 out of 10. There are definitely some elements missing here, which would probably make me not play this deck constantly. As for the fourth deck, we have this deck by Nin Heartless, which he calls Ashes, which I think it's pretty cool to have a name for your deck, like that's just badass. So we have a bridge spam deck, kind of looks like a miner deck, but without a miner, with the Phoenix, Valkyrie, Bandit. I don't know, it will be definitely interesting, also with double spirit, no big spell. Let's see how this can go. I feel like already by just the first glimpse, it doesn't look like it has a lot of ways to deal damage consistently. But I guess we will have to see. At least we have a pretty solid defense against lava, it seems. With Tesla, Phoenix and a pretty quick cycle, I feel like we can actually do pretty decent against Lava Hound. He wasted Barbs on the right side, which is interesting because now he doesn't really have anything for that Valk. He had to go for really late skeleton dragons, which I don't know. Okay, he arrowed, so he's pretty low. He can go for goblins though. Let's see if I can go for Fire Spirit and prevent him from doing that. for some reason he's just going for lava. Didn't he cycle them? I was pretty sure that he cycled goblins first play, then lava, barb, skeleton dragons. He must have had goblins in hand. I don't really understand why he didn't play them. Let's just kite the Inferno Dragon to the other side. I feel like that's just the most obvious play. Let's go for a Tesla to take care of this dragon here, and maybe even the flying machine. Just distract it for a second so that the Phoenix can respawn. Log it, and I feel like we're fine. We're actually getting good damage because our opponent is playing in a really interesting way. Like, he keeps playing those lavas and ignoring the damage on the wrong side. Like before, he decided to... that's not fun to defend. Like, yeah, he decided to go for barbs on the wall breakers instead of going for barbs on the... Like, he shouldn't have went for barb on the Valkyrie, but I don't know, it's just weird how he decided to play it. Also, evolved bars just fucking made us lose everything. I don't know if we can defend here. The Valkyrie tanks for quite a long time, but I don't know, does he have a big spell? I don't think it's even needed. Let's go for log prediction. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, we lost. Oh, both towers were so low as well. And the bandit was dashing. That was so close, yet so far. Oh, the fucking barbarian evolutions, man. I don't understand why it hasn't been nerfed already. Like, it definitely wasn't the strongest evolution as of the beginning where evolutions were out, but now that Firecracker got nerfed so much, RG as well, barbs are just one of the best evolutions. They definitely need to do something about them. Like, Valk, Tesla, Fire Spirit, like, all this stuff was not enough to kill them, and they just... You need to commit so much elixir to actually defend. Anyways, this deck is solid on defense, I feel like, but lacks offense. You have Bandit and Wall Breakers to pressure, but I don't think that Wall Breakers and Bandit are enough to win games consistently. So overall, probably a 7.5 would be the fair rating for me. As for the fifth deck, we have this Giant Graveyard deck by Summoner Owl. I haven't played Giant Graveyard in quite a while, so thank you for that suggestion. And yeah, let's see how this one will go. Everybody knows that Giant Graveyard is like one of the most brain-dead decks in the game. Even I, that sometimes enjoy playing it, I'm more than aware that it really is one of the most stupid decks in the whole game. Just being able to go for Giant Graveyard on the bridge is completely dumb. It shouldn't be a thing, but I guess it is. So let's defend everything here. Really, really, really easy defense. I feel like that's the perfect opportunity to actually go in, because our opponent committed quite a lot of elixir. We got a good positive elixir trade, and we have a fisherman on the field. So if we go in right here, it may be a struggle for him to defend. Like, E-Barbs are definitely good to defend the giant, but he still needs to defend the graveyard. So yeah, we just take the tower like that. It doesn't make any sense. It's just so dumb. Let's go for bats. Wizard will kill the bats pretty soon. Let's go for fisherman just to take care of the wizard. Nice. So we are off to a really, really good start. We were aware of the amount of elixir our opponent had. We utilized the fisherman with the giant and the graveyard. He just maybe also didn't have the best answer for the graveyard, which is fair. Let's go for Zappies here. Oh no, I just graveyarded my own tower. Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. Why would you arrow? I mean, okay, let's go for Giant Graveyard. No, why would you go for E-barbs on the bridge? Also, if only the giant tanked for the graveyard, this would have been so nice, because there was actually quite a lot of skeletons that survived from that defense from before. But yeah, it didn't go as planned because the giant was too late, unfortunately. Let's go for arrows just to not take too much damage from that wizard. Let's go for a giant to kite that backwards. Fisherman. It will get one shot because I was not expecting the freeze. I think it's fine though. If he has the freeze, it must mean that he doesn't have other big spells. So hopefully that's the case. Let's go for giant in the pocket. He needs to arrow, yeah, he wants to get damage. But I think like snowball arrows. Yeah, we gotta lose the tower and take the right side tower. Hopefully he may go for E-barbs on the bridge or something, so gotta be aware of that. Yep, here they are. Not really happy about how this one is going. The lumberjack is on the tower. No, we just lost. I'm so fucking dumb. I just threw this game. I just threw it completely. It was just a one game, and only because I tried to do something there on offense with the giant in the pocket. I used snowball and arrows, which were really, really bad. The deck is solid though, considering that giant graveyard is not really meta, and considering all other giant graveyard decks that exist in the game. Having Fisherman, Zappis, Bomber makes for a really solid defense after you went for giant graveyard on the bridge, because giant graveyard is 10 fucking elixir, so you often just get a huge counter push on your side, and having Zappis, Fisherman, Bomber actually give you the opportunity to defend with a really small amount of elixir and get good trades. You like take the tower and only use half, so that's great. Probably would give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Last deck. Lucas wants us to play this E-Giant mid-ladder deck. He himself called it the most mid-ladder deck he ever played against. He played against this and he wanted me to play it as well. E-Giant Mirror, Wizard, E-Barbs, Rage, Clone, Skeleton Barrel, like, you have it all. And this is the last game of the video, so hopefully we can end on a win. That's the type of deck I'm the best at, so let's actually try to focus up and win this game. Our opponent is underleveled, kind of, like the Tombstone is not at level 13, so you could call him underleveled. Not like it really matters. Let's go for Wizard. He may just change the lane of the Mighty Miner to keep it alive. I wouldn't be surprised if he did it. That's interesting. I'm gonna do a really weird play here. Oh, that's so bad. Why would he play all of that and arrows? Not off to a good start once again. If I knew that he has arrows, I wouldn't have played double rage on the Rascals. It was just the only way to defend them, to be fair. Maybe I would have played Skeleton Barrel, kill the Rascals with the skeleton from the Skele Barrel, and only then play one rage maybe on the graveyard, because rage is actually pretty decent to defend the graveyard. Your tower shoots quicker and it kills all the skeletons, so it's pretty solid. If he goes in again, I'm just gonna giant, I don't even care. I'm gonna giant like that, so that the Mega Minion and Mighty Miner get splashed together, and if he used the ability, the Mighty Miner would have followed the giant probably. Let's double rage once again. I just wanted to take care of those Rascal girls. I really hate them. They deal way too much damage. We're actually back in the game, kind of. We gotta just make sure we play the same way as we just did. He doesn't have Tombstone in cycle, which is great, so we can go for Wizard from the back. If he tries to push in the left lane, it will be just a big mistake, so he shouldn't do it. Let's go for that. If he goes for Rascals, just gonna double rage once again. That's a really bad freeze. It was way too early. Like, I understand what he was trying to do, but it was just too early. Let's go for that. Let's go for Skelly Barrel on the other side. Let's see if he does something about it. No, he has way too many spells. Arrows and Barbarrel are just such a pain. If he goes for Graveyard, it's fine, I think. Oh yeah, he has also Freeze. There's just way too many spells, for fuck's sake. Let's go for a big push. That's what we like to see. Rage it up as well. Raged it up as well. I don't know what I'm even doing at this point. I don't think it worked the best though. We have to Wizard high just to take care of everything before it crosses. And he doesn't have enough for arrows, at least for now. Yeah, we are dead. That was such a bad matchup. I hate that we actually lost 3 games in this video. That's unfortunate. I was hoping, I was actually hoping for a 6-win video, but the last 3 games were just really unfortunate. Like, these right here were just really tough to win, to be fair. And then the giant graveyard deck, I messed up, and now here it was just really hard. Like, him having arrows, freeze, and Barbarrel and Tombstone, like, it was just a really good matchup for him. Our only defense against the graveyard is Minion Horde, and he could just arrow it, so not really great. This deck completely sucks, as you can imagine. Some mid-ladder decks are solid, but not this one. Like, there is really no synergy between E-Giant, Minion Horde, Mirror, and Skelly Barrel with Clone and Rage as well. Like, E-Giant and Rage just are not a good pairing. But definitely a fun deck to play, that's for sure. Playing Skelly Barrel, Mirror, and Clone everything is a thing that I didn't manage to do in time, but it's fun. Probably a 6 out of 10 as for consider how good the deck is, but a 10 out of 10 as a concept of a deck. That's definitely a 10 out of 10. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Not gonna make it any longer, it's already long enough. As said already in the intro, let me know for the giveaway. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments. And as well, if you let me know, you are also automatically in for the giveaway, because I think that's the best way to actually see who is taking part in the giveaway. I don't know how else to do it. I can't really... If I was able to choose between all 500 subscribers, I would do it, but I can't view every single person that is subscribed to my channel. So just comment and I will pick someone, and that maybe the comment with most likes will be the prize. Let's do something like that. Obviously, someone has a better idea, I'm just gonna change it. I don't have a lot of ideas just regarding this giveaway. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in tomorrow's video, and thanks again for 500 subs.